You are now on air.
And good morning. And let me fix my microphone here. Testing. There we go. We got the audio there. We fixed it. Good morning, folks. Like I said, the audio date time is, or audio date and time 08.20.2026, 08:33 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. This Thursday morning, hashtag want to be Friday, hashtag positive start to the day, and hashtag PSTTD. Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich here at FiremanRich here on Spotify for creators, at FiremanRich on Spotify, at FiremanRich on Spotify, and also at FiremanRich over there on X, my mainstay on the social media feeds. That's where I primarily post things, and I'm on a host of others. Just check the show notes here on the Spotify for creators webpage, and this is for Spotify for creators at FiremanRich on Spotify, as far as that goes. But we are on Rumble recording this, and I just turned my camera on, so we're doing something new here to where we're doing the audio podcast via Rumble Studios 2.0, and I do have the morning coffee here in hand, and it's mighty fine. I think the intro there, it doesn't come in that as smoothly, so I just sort of cut it short. I usually talk through the music and stuff when I'm set up, configured with the other microphone, the CAD U37. I'm using the Marantz MPM 1000, and it gives a good sound, but it doesn't work all that great with the sound effects there with the iPad Mini. I use the Boss Jock app for the music there, and I guess I should incorporate that sound onto the Rumble Studios. Just thinking, but something new. We were going to do this Tuesday, but I had a late audio podcast on Tuesdays because I was busy doing some stuff, and plus the lawnmower went down. The riding lawnmower, I should say. Excuse me. Let me check. Let me clear my throat there. But we got the lawns mowed, push mowed them. It took me. Didn't do everything. There was a couple spots I didn't do. They didn't really need it, but the lawnmower is back in the shop as far as that goes. With that does the maintenance on the riding lawnmower. They put a new deck on it. They put a new right wheel on it. Now the steering is gone on it, so we're getting it's over 10 years old, probably pushing close to 15 years old. And the missus says, "Why don't you just get a new lawnmower?" I says, "No, I'm going to try." That new deck was about $900 to $1,000, so I want to get a couple seasons out of it as far as that goes, and then we can look at getting maybe a new lawnmower. It's still a solid lawnmower. It's just that the steering is the original steering, and I think last week the wheel, when I was turning it actually got away from me going down this one little small knoll, and it clipped, turning really, really, really tight, and it popped one of the steering arms, and I popped it back on, but I think I might have broken one of the gear teeth for the steering mechanism, so it's a little plate that's underneath there, and I can't do that, so I have to have the lawnmower repair guys do it as far as repair it and all that. So, but we are getting started here with the Fireman Rich audio podcast via Rumble Studios, and I haven't the post that when I do post it out on social media feeds will be the link to the Spotify for Creators page there at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. And there's nobody in the chat right now, which I'm going to stick to my schedule here as of my format of 30 to 45 minutes. So let's get going here right out of the gate. Starting this morning, the current temperature is 66 degrees Fahrenheit here in upstate New York, where I live and reside. So 66 degrees Fahrenheit equates to 18 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Celsius. And I've been out a couple times here this morning, and it's not. We had a foggy day. Oh, I got to update the calendar. We've had this. It's a foggy day this morning, so I'm marking on the calendar. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 foggy days for the month of August, and it's an old farmer almanac wise tale, I guess. If how many depending on how many foggy days there are in the month of August, that's how many snowstorms you're going to have. And it's pretty accurate. I've been doing this for a number of years, so it's pretty close. It's plus or minus 1 or 2. So it is pretty accurate. And I also yesterday did see my second monarch butterfly, which I start counting in August to see how many there are. Usually it's anywhere from 5 to 10. On the high years over the years, this is back when I was still working at the day job, because I've been retired for over 3 years now, a little over 3 years plus. And I've had some years where I've counted up to 15 and stuff like that. Now, talking with my neighbor yesterday when we were at chess club here, we play chess every Wednesday, and I got beat. He just outpositioned me in the chess game and stuff like that, which is good. I was trying to use the what is known as a check defense, I guess, and it just didn't work as far as that goes. So, but we're talking, and I tell him about that, and he said that the what is it? The let me see if this is going again. The audio. Let's see. Let's check. Reset the mic here. Resetting. Okay, there we go. We reset the mic. It says, okay. I can't hear myself talking the headphones there, but we're talking about the monarch butterflies, and he says, "Oh, come to my house, Rich." I had about 30 of them at any given time. Of course, he has a lot of flowers that the butterflies like to gather around there, and we play chess outside on his gazebo every Monday and stuff like that. Which this past Monday I ended up winning, so we split this week as far as that goes. So, but our weather for today, it's going to be cloudy with periods of rain, high is 68 degrees Fahrenheit, winds light and variable. Chance of rain is 100%, possibly, because we got some storms coming in. They're coming across Pennsylvania this morning. Rainfall near a quarter of an inch. And let me see the Doppler on that one. Let me see where it is on the Doppler. And do we have anything on the Doppler yet? Yep, it's coming in. It's coming in as far as that goes. So let me see it on the other map here as far as Doppler. And yeah, it's coming up from Pittsburgh area. It's going northeast. So we will get some rain. It's hitting us. It will hit us. So we had a little light sprinkle yesterday, but this will be a storm that comes in, and we'll see how that develops during the course of the day. So, but let's see, our sun this morning rose this morning at 6:19 a.m., and that's about an hour and 30 some minutes ago or so. But 6:19 a.m. the sun rose, and the sun will be setting at 8 p.m. tonight. And currently, right now, we have I'm looking out the window. We have cloudy overcast, but I see a little blue through the clouds. So, and we do have calm wind. No, a little wind. So it's about maybe 1 to 5 miles per hour there. There's a little jiggling of the tree limbs there. And as far as that goes, world times and temperatures as I speak in Honolulu, Hawaii at 2:42 A clear sky, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona, at 5:42 a.m. in their morning, clear skies with some passing clouds, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, at 7:42, the Windy City, 7:42 a.m. Sunny and clear, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In the concrete jungle of New York City, as I like to call it, 8:42 a.m. It's 8:42 a.m. here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York. Sunny and clear, 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean to London, UK, at 1:42 p.m. Cloudy skies, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italia, beautiful city, Milan, at 2:42 p.m. in their afternoon. Cloudy skies, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at 8:43 p.m. in their evening, we got clear skies, 87 degrees Fahrenheit. In over the skies of Tokyo, Japan, at 9:43 p.m. in their evening, cloudy skies, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent, great country, and great friends and allies to the United States of America, I like to say, in Melbourne, um, Australia, 10:43 p.m. Clear skies with some passing clouds, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia, at 10:43 p.m. in their evening also, clear skies with some passing clouds, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are world times and temperatures as I speak. And we'll see what the day brings. It hasn't been as humid. We had the air conditioning off here the last couple of days and stuff. So, but I've already seen also the leaves are changing. We have a maple tree off here on the over in front of off to the side of the roadside of the driveway. And I noticed this morning when I stepped out, or no, yesterday, I noticed the leaves are changing, folks, already. The leaves, so it's going to be an early fall, I think, even though we're still summer until what, September 21st, I think the missives was telling me. So let's see. We do have a thought for today this morning, and it comes from, let's see here. Let's see what we have here. It comes from a gentleman, very wise gentleman. How come I didn't have him in there? Okay, I forgot to hit the enter on the a great English playwright and poet, and that's William Shakespeare, who was called the England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. He was widely considered the greatest writer in English language and the world's premier dramatist as far as the particular writings he wrote. And his quote and our thought for today goes as follows. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words, 7 words. And he goes as follows. No legacy is so rich as honesty. William Shakespeare. Honesty. Honesty is probably one of the number one traits a person can have. If you're an honest person, you're going to go a long way in this world. Some will say if you're too honest, you're just going to, but I'd rather deal with an honest person than a person that tells lies and all that. That's how it goes, I guess. But what did William Shakespeare mean by this? Well, living a truthful and moral life is more valuable than any amount of money or material wealth you could ever leave behind. So, do you want to be remembered by the amount of money you have or how honest you are? I'll take the honesty any day of the week. So thank you, William Shakespeare. God bless and Godspeed. Oh, we have a good one for the National Day here. We have two good ones, but I think the one's going to be moved out by the other one. But today's National Radio Day. Radio Day. Do people still listen to the radio, or do they just listen on their phones to the radio stations? I think that's what I do with my other my phone that I used to have. I just keep it offline, but I'm able to. I have an app on there that picks up the local radio channels, and I listen to WEBO. It's just I'm a consumer of WEBO. I'm not promoting them or anything like that, but it's a local radio station here in Owego, New York. So it's National Radio Day today. And then we have National Hazy IPA Day. That's a beer. And IPA is always referring to beer. And that beer, I like beer. So, but there's one that this is probably the only one that could move aside the beer. And that's today is National Bacon Lovers Day. Who doesn't like bacon? Hashtag National Bacon Lovers Day. August 20th is National Bacon Lovers Day on the National Day calendar. Today we pay tribute to the crispy, chewy, and mouth-watering food we call bacon. And who can't beat the smell of bacon when it's cooking? If you're a fan of smoky, savory, and a bit salty flavor, this holiday, food holiday, is for you. And the history of bacon is rich and long and dates far back to the 1500 BC. Records show that ancient Chinese enjoyed curing pork belly, and other records indicate that Romans used it in religious rituals to pay respect to the agricultural gods. However, it wasn't until 16th century that the term bacon first um, or appeared as any cut of pork. Over time, bacon became synonymous with the curly pig belly and is what we are familiar with today. So I do like bacon. I know there's people that can't eat bacon. That's okay, but I'm not knocking bacon. Bacon is great. It's you don't want to eat too much of that as far as that goes. So today is National Bacon Day. Okay, let's see. We do have a good story here, and I was looking for this, and I was almost struggling to find a good story, and then I this one popped in, and it's a story that's located over there across the pond in England, and what it concerns with is on a nature uh, type story. And the white storks, the white storks that grow that they make the nests up there. I thought it was mostly over in the Netherlands area that they on the chimneys. But the white stork used to be, I guess, all over Europe, but they weren't over there in England. But the white storks make historic return to England, English Midlands after 600-year absence. So I don't know if they were killed out or what, but the last time the white stork nested in Derbyshire in Midlands, the country's King Henry VI was declaring war against the Duchy of Brittany and the Kingdom of France, while an independent Venice won a war against Serbia at the city at a city that is now called is in Albania. So it's been a long time since this white stork has been in England. Indeed, the large white wings of bringer the bringer of babies, the stork that they have the baby, they bring the babies supposedly back in the day. At least that's what we were told when we were kids. Have been absent for more than 600 years and have now arrived as part of an effort to establish a healthy wild breed colony on the same river where British authorities recently reintroduced a beaver, which they are having success. I think we had an article on that too. The beaver has been missing even longer, going back to an era of the Magna Carta 800 years ago. So, these two animals have been missing, so they're reintroducing them. It's fair to say that the return of both animals has been truly historic. From this natural rich enclosure to the possibility of future wild population, every step will help strengthen the wetlands habitat, enhancing biodiversity and inspiring people of all ages to reconnect with nature on their doorstep, said Katie Last, living landscape officer at Derbyshire Wildlife Trust. The Derbyshire Wildlife Trust manages the Willington wetland site where the stork are to be released. They will first undergo an acclimation period during which they will be familiarizing themselves with the wetlands from a safe and predatory proof enclosure, which means they're going to be fenced in, probably by a very large fence, designed by Celtic Rewilding, a charity that runs a similar organization in nearby Staffordshire, where the storks arrive from. 300 £100,000 from the Veolia Environmental Trust was put up for the transactions, and the site was chosen along the River Trent, where wild storks were recorded flying over recently. So they do have them flying over there, but they just don't stay there. The hope is that the sighting of the settled birds, the birds that are used to being in the cages and stuff, will encourage the wild ones to settle down and breed in that area. The project officers or the project offers a rare opportunity to facilitate the return of a key missing species, added um, Harvey Treats, director of the Celtic Rewilding, in a statement. The Trent Valley is a unique place to support white stork recovery in the Midlands, combining extensive wetland habitat with restoring opportunities to a former informal gravel pits, I guess they would have there. Historical evidence indicates and includes agricultural findings in that area uh, and place names around the area there that the species was former present. They were there. They were present there some 600 years ago. So that's a good story. The reintroducing of a species that was there that they didn't really indicate what happened to them, but they probably were hunted out or something. And they're mostly over in the mainland of Europe. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So an interesting, good story there. And let's see, we're going to go into. We do have a 100 years ago now. We didn't have one for like the last week, but we did. One popped up on over there on Fox 40 last night, and we play the Monday, Wednesday, Friday 100 years ago over there on my live stream here on Rumble that we're doing for this audio podcast. Also, and we introduced it over there on the audio podcast as well as the live stream on Rumble for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday coffee, morning coffee, I should say. Coffee. Get that out. But looking at the calendar, and it's been a week since we've had one. So evidently, Mr. Roger Luther, who is the Broome County historian, is back to do those. And I have no affiliation with Fox 40. That's the local Fox affiliate there in Vestal, New York, that I do consume it. I present it here as an for information only, and they give you an idea what it was like 100 years ago here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So let's give this one a listen. Alrighty, thank you, Roger Luther. We do appreciate that. 100 years ago, good to hear his voice again. And when we have a school being built 100 years ago, the Benjamin Franklin School, and was it the new uh, artificial ice production company on Water Street is full operations, producing more than 70 tons of pure artificial ice. So, ice making was usually would get the ice off of the Susquehanna rivers and the lakes and stuff like that, but um, man-made ice, I guess. And burglars 100 years ago attempted to break into the new Lycro building next to the theater. So a lot of crime, I guess. Nothing was stolen though. So And then finally, the automobile racing coming to Binghamton 100 years. They don't really have automobile racing around this area. There's a couple racetracks, local racetracks, but that sounds more pretty big time there as far as the rate. They do have the Tioga County Fair that just ended here last week. They do have a a um, what they call that where they crash the cars together, Derby, as far as that goes. In other history on this day, let's see what we have here. It was back in 1940, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill paid tribute to the Royal Air Force, saying, "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owned by so many to so few." As pilots were fighting in the Battle of Britain, a pivotal air battle with the Germans to halt a Nazi invasion, and that was very significant in the winning of World War II. And let's see what else we got here. In 1964, U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson signed a nearly $1 billion anti-poverty measure. And let's see what do we have over here on the AP side. In 1858, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution was first published in the Journal of the Proceedings of Linnaeus Society. So, as far as I know, there's some people don't agree with him there. But in 1862, New York Tribune published an open letter by editorial Horace Greeley calling on President Abraham Lincoln to take more aggressive measures to free enslaved people and end the Southern Rebellion. So that was just at the beginning of war. I think Civil War started in 1861. Maybe it was 1862. 1866, President Andrew Johnson, who took over, he was Abraham Lincoln's vice president, but became president after Abraham Lincoln was sadly and unfortunately assassinated. He declared the official end of the Civil War. That was in 1866. And let's see, what else do we have? We got the Lyndon B. Johnson there, and then we have, and that's about it for history there as far as that goes. And where are we sitting on time? We're sitting right at 28 minutes there. Yeah, 28 minutes, coming up on 28 minutes. And let's see. Let's go ahead and do the sports here, starting on Tuesday night there for the New York Yankees and Mets. The Yankees beat the Orioles Tuesday night 3-1. I believe the Mets they lost to the Padres 5-2. Of course, they kicked their butts during the weekend there. Or no, I think no, that was somebody else. That was another team. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was. Let's see. Last night, there the Yankees won again against the Orioles. There's two games in a row. Go Yankees, go! 5-3. They beat the Orioles, and I believe the Mets were off. Yes, they were off from what the scoreboard is showing. Today, the New York Yankees they are off today, and it looks like the Yankees are playing the Orioles today, and somebody's sneaking a snack there. That's the missus. She's getting ready to start her day here. It's so you can hear that. So it's just the crunkling. It's just.
I can't crumple.
I know. I'm just making note. It's just the so-called ambient noise when you're doing audio. It's far. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Yeah, the Marantz microphone picks it up for her. That's the missus there. She's getting her day. She's getting her breakfast there going. Yankees. We playing the Orioles tonight at 6:35. Looks like the Mets are off tonight, and then tomorrow, Yankees and Blue Jays on Friday. I think that's going into the weekend. And then let's see, the Mets playing tomorrow. Are they off 2 days in a row? Let's see. I'm not seeing them. Not seeing them for Friday play. Let's see Saturday play. Mets and okay, so the Yankees are playing the Yankees the Blue Jays this weekend in Yankee Stadium. And the Mets, are they off Saturday also? No, there they are. They're out in Chicago playing the White Sox for Saturday. And let's see, are they playing Sunday? Yankees and Blue Jays Sunday, and Mets and White Sox as far as that goes. And Monday, let's see, we have, I think Monday both teams are taking off, and then next Tuesday, just as a program note, we're going to be doing the second Mixcloud broadcast. It's the Tuesday thing that I do over there on mixcloud.com/, Richard M. Roberts. Or is it Richard Roberts? Let me check that real quick. Let's check the link real quick. As far as where I present 8 songs. And what happened there? Ooh, let's try it again. There we go. It's Mixcloud. Yeah, Richard M. Mixcloud.com / Richard M. Roberts, where I present 8 songs. We'll be doing that next Tuesday. I do that every other Tuesday. And so we won't be back until next Thursday here on the audio podcast as far as that goes. In other sports, NFL action, we got the week 3 of 4 weeks of preseason going on here. And let's see, starting tonight, we have 2 games. We have the Raiders and Texans playing tonight at 8, and then 49 and Chargers at 10 o'clock. A little pop in the audio there. I'd like to watch the 49ers and Chargers, but I don't think that's too late of a time for me. So Raiders and Texans at 8 p.m. and I might catch a little bit of that game. Tomorrow for Friday, we have 3 games. We have the Jets and Steelers. Hopefully, I can watch that game. I don't think the Jets will win. Steelers won last week. They played pretty good. And then the second of the 3 games for tomorrow night, Panthers and Jaguars at 7:30. Packers and Broncos tomorrow at 9. And then Saturday is the rest of the games. Oh no, we got a couple games on. We got one game on Sunday. Okay. Um, we got the bulk of the games on Saturday, and this game I will watch. Hopefully, if they play it, the Bills and Browns playing out there in Cleveland Saturday at 1 p.m. Another 1 p.m. game. Ravens and Vikings at 1. Giants and Dolphins at Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. That'll be a second game I watch. Hopefully, it's on the TV for preseason. Then they got the Saints and Rams at 4, and then at 7, Bears and Bengals. That should be a good one right there. And Saturday at 7 p.m., Eagles and Patriots, and Chiefs and Buccaneers at 7 and 7:30. And then late on Saturday night at 10 p.m. will be the Cowboys and Cardinals. Go Cowboys. I think Cowboys might have a good season this year. I don't know. And then Sunday, there's one game at 8 p.m., and that's the Seahawks and Titans as far as that goes. So there's our football. The other football across the pond there that we call soccer here in the United States. Manchester, the Premier League starts this weekend, and Sunday, Manchester City, that's a team I root for. Go Manchester City, is playing Bournemouth Sunday at 9 a.m. So they didn't do too good last week against, what did they play last week? Arsenal in the FA Community Shield final. I talked about that Tuesday. I don't want to repeat it. That was a sorry game, folks. They lost 3-0. But hopefully, the start of the Premier League, they got a whole bunch of new players, and we'll see what happens in that game as a follow up after the game is done. And I think let's see, that's the 23rd, and then the 28th is Friday. Friday, there's a game then at 3 p.m. But we'll talk about that next week when we're back here on next Thursday, as far as that goes. So, but we're coming in here at we have no chat in the on the live stream, which is par for course. I didn't post this out as far as that goes, but we're right at 34 to 35 minutes on the podcast. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left and get our day started here and see what the day will bring. I think I'm taking a day off of walking. I did about an hour total time, about an hour and a half of push mowing. So that's worth. I counted it. Was it Tuesday, and then yesterday is my walk, and I think I can go ahead and take a day off today and just sort of kick back and relax, have a relaxing day, and then go for a walk tomorrow and then relax for the weekend. So we will be broadcasting the Fireman Rich, or it's not the Fireman Rich, it's the morning coffee the Friday morning coffee tomorrow on Rumble's using Rumble Studios, and you're more than welcome to um, attend and take a look and see what's going on. We do repurpose those broadcasts here on Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. But we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here and get our day started and see what the day brings as far as that goes. And I do appreciate the listening ship over on Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. I know that sounds redundant, but I like saying that after I say Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich on Spotify. No, okay. But we do have a good listening base as far as I'm concerned. And we have anywhere in average about 7 to 10 to 12 folks that are listening on the Spotify for Creators, the audio podcast, as well as over there on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday live stream that we repurpose. So I do appreciate that. I say thank you very much. And as far as that goes, it's fun. It's fun. I'm always one to say, if I have one or two listeners or one or two viewers on the live stream, it's all worth it, folks. And I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, here on Spotify for Creators, at Fireman Rich over there on X. And, yeah, I am also on Twitch. That's one of the links in the show notes here to the Spotify for Creators. So check those links out, and you'll see where I'm at on these other fine social media platforms. Or just Google at Fireman Rich, and you can see there's a good collection of where I'm at there too. All right, folks, you all have a great one wherever you may be. Enjoy the day, live life, have fun. Ciao for now, and as always, peace. And I'll leave you with God bless you all, and God bless America. Take care, folks. Oh, that's right. I got the laundry to do. Okay, yeah, I'll have the toast smells good, but I'll have the cereal. No, I don't like doing both. No, it's too much. See how this sounds. This side is a little staticky and stuff. I don't think I'm going to do this again. Is this? Let's see. We're still live. I forgot we're still live. Oh, yeah, I'm still live here. I forgot we're still live. I'm just ending. I ended the audio podcast here. This is an extended version and stuff. Just checking the. It's a little bit different doing the live stream here and doing uh, the audio podcast at the same time. So I have fun doing this. This is fun as far as the audio and stuff like that. But I got some post production to do. Some post as far as get the export the audio from Spot or from Audacity and put it up there, post it up there on Spotify for Creators. So you guys, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Send you out. We'll be broadcasting tomorrow. We only had one person on on the Rumble and one person on the YouTube, so I didn't really post this out. This is just something different to add. See what the capability is. So. But with that, you guys all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace, take care, God bless, and God bless America. Ciao for now, folks.